Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Goku, with a great confidence, he would release only 25% of all his power, but the power was tremendous. That's right, he was able to destroy the dimension in hundreds of small fragments. The big hole that had been created was able to allow them to leave that place, heading towards the Kingdom of the Hole, but before reaching the Kingdom of the Hole, a warrior would stand in front of them, which Mikoshin would immediately recognize. But if you're the fallen angel, the Archangel Yuki, has Daishoka dared so much? Ha 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 ha! So you guys are the simple debris that I have to remove. Don't trust yourself, as we've finished with all the warriors they've sent. Be sure that you might not be the exception. Maybe you're right, and we'll only know that when our fists decide. Goku, despite his words, felt a little intrigued and would say to himself, the power of this warrior generates panic and anxiety in me. I feel that he's able to completely crush me. I don't want to be late with you, so I'll use my divine technique, Angelic Strokes. A great figure would be formed by all the universes, which on this occasion, despite the fact that Goku using the power of the Supreme Super Saiyan, it was impossible for him to dodge those attacks which with each of his blows were able to make Goku bend completely, while Goku received the beating of his life. He tried to come up with a plan. Damn, why am I not able to read his movements? He's treating me like I'm just a worm. Goku was not able to do anything. Falling to the ground very badly injured and on the verge of death, his friends tried to oppose. Ball of darkness! Explode and spread out! The great sphere of destroying of Mikoshin was absorbed by the power of those divine hands. The end of the warriors was inevitable. Although I have to give them the ancient scrolls of the king completely, it was a fair price, since Goku's power was to be feared. It even surprised mine. With this last attack, it'll be your end. Die! The last attack of those divine hands was heading towards all the warriors, but mysteriously a powerful warrior was able to stop such an attack with only one of his hands without any effort. I don't know who the hell you are, but you've spoiled my hunt. Just for that disrespect, I'll end your life. Son Goku, you haven't fully unlocked the power of the Supreme God yet, but with me, you'll be able to do it. You could come with all your friends. Do you accept? I accept. I don't want to die without first making the Divine World fall. I'm still very weak. Understood. Your damn cockroach stay with you. Domain expansion. Blood of the Infernals. Hundreds of angelic beings, as well as demonic, they began to torture Yuki, which, despite creating several explosions, was not enough. That's right, the difference in powers was something extremely absurd. While Raikon would leave with all the other warriors, and in space, his voice would likewise be lost. Today'll not be your death, since Son Goku will personally take care of ending you. You will regret humiliating him. The domain of Raikon would be cut, to its bearer having crossed the Megaversal barrier. Yuki, with too many wounds and bruises all over his body, had headed to the Kingdom of the Hole. Falling to his knees while blood was coming out of his whole body, Daishoka, observing him in those conditions, was terrified. It can't be. It can't be. Son Goku's a monster. Can't believe that he left Yuki like that. The most powerful fallen angel. I'm not the most powerful fallen angel, but if one of the strongest, and that damn one has been able to crush me completely, I can't afford it. Daishoka, with his great angelic power, would begin to restore each of Yuki's wounds, which, despite being with Daishoka's support, were very complex to heal. What kind of power does that Saiyan have? How's he been able to cause wounds that not even a priest is able to heal easily? Son Goku, it's not who did these injuries to me. I was able to defeat Son Goku, but an unimaginably powerful being was able to save him, completely crush me. Daishinkan, when trying to ask him something else, it was impossible for him because despite being with the help of Daishinkan, he would be out of combat.
Who has the power to crush a fallen angel? If it was the fallen angels possessed all the power of the divine world by not respecting the laws of the divine.
Meanwhile, in a very distant multiverse, we can observe as Raikon, the first Supreme Saiyan, would arrive with all the others. Raikon would create a great pentagram, making all the warriors inside it quickly recover. Goku would stand up. I appreciate that you saved us. I could finally meet you in person since you only entered my mind.
Your son Goku. You're my last offspring. The last Supreme Saiyan who's able to break the universal barrier just like I've done.
Are you sure about what you're telling me? I don't think I have the power to you tell me.
Don't worry, that happens since you have been living with the wrong multiverse for all this time. But with my teachings, you'll be able to overcome all kinds of barriers.
If you claim to be the ancestor of Goku and know him perfectly, tell us, how is it possible that he lived his whole life in the Xeno-sama multiverse?
I'll explain. Millions of years ago, a great warrior between both multiverses almost ends with the annihilation of both multiverses, for which we both lost warriors, but we decided to separate, and we would only get back together for some universal extinction. But a Saiyan warrior named Kefura had become pregnant. When both Saiyans were on the battlefield, Kefura, without thinking twice, decided to use a divine technique, which was able to extract all the essence of a god, sending it anywhere in the universe. But being on the border of the multiverse of Xeno-sama, your essence was sent to a planet of the Saiyans. The rest, you all already know.
So, Kakarot's parents, they were between life and death. For that reason, they decided to send Kakarot to another multiverse.
It's not quite right, but it can be said that you're right. A mother would never allow her son to die, for her to be in wars.
I appreciate you were able to grant me the knowledge about my parents. Now I tried twice as hard and finished with those damn...
Don't worry, I have to worry. I personally took care of fishing those damn garbage.
Please, I'm asking you. Teach me everything you know. Just like you, I want to be able to break my limits.
You don't have to ask me, and I'll even help all your friends increase their powers so they'll be powerful warriors.
I understand. So, where do we start? What do I have to do?
Today it'll be better to rest, since my training's not easy at all.
Meanwhile, in Universe 7, the deities were very thoughtful because after the meeting with the great Daishinkan, they knew that Son Goku was still alive. But the most terrified were Beerus and Vegeta.
Damn! Even if the High Priest is nervous of Son Goku's power, we'll die without being able to do anything.
Mr. Beerus, please calm down. According to Daishinkan-sama, Yuki, the fallen angel, was personally ending Son Goku's life.
That's right, Mr. Beerus. Even though Kakarot's trash has too much power, I'm sure he doesn't have the necessary power to finish off the fallen angel.
But everyone was surprised, even Whis, when Daishinkan had reported the defeat of the fallen angel to all the angels.
Gods and angels, we are in a universal extinction war, so I ask you to be alert and train as much as you can. Whis, what has the High Priest reported?
Mr. Beerus, it will be better to train since the fallen angel has been defeated. We do not have the necessary information, but our father Daishinkan-sama, he's tending to the wounds.
My great Lord Xeno-sama, all this has been my fault, trying to end the life of a mortal from Universe 11.
Don't worry, Dai. From what I can observe, that mortal was even able to defeat a fallen angel. It'll be better to exterminate him before his power continues to grow.
That means that you, great Xeno-sama, will join the battle.
That's right. I didn't allow Raikon to take over millions of years ago, much less a mere mortal to come looking to annihilate the entire divine world.
Gods and angels, even the great Xeno-sama will join us in the battle, so prepare your equipos so that you'll be able to withstand great pressures of energy.
All the gods and angels of all the universes were very nervous, but despite this, they all began to train, to have the ability to fight on the side of Xeno-sama.
To fight alongside Xeno-sama, we have an incredible stamina, so that Xeno-sama will be able to use all his power without crushing us. You're correct, Mr. Beerus, but isn't there another more effective way to increase our powers?
Unfortunately, there's no way to increase our powers. You're wrong, Mr. Beerus. Of course there's a much faster way to increase our powers, but it is unorthodox.
What method are you referring to, Whis? We have to take a chance, because otherwise we'll all die.
Vegeta, you're right, but we have to take a risk.
I don't know which method is which you're talking about, but we have to. There's a very secluded place in all the 12 universes, which is known as the Infernal Mountains, in which we can increase the powers with 20 times more effectiveness. But in the same way, they are too dangerous. Hellish Mountains? I don't know what they mean by that name, but I accept the challenge. You, Vegeta? Of course, Mr. Beerus. After we betrayed the Kakarot insect, I'm sure you won't want to leave us alive. In that case, we'd better leave right now. Yes, but before we go, let's take Gohan's insect, because his power is also incredible, and I'm sure you'll be able to exceed his limits. They quickly went to the planet Earth, picking up Gohan, and immediately they would go to the ends of all the 12 universes, observing several mountains from which strong lightning falling. Does this seem dangerous to you, Whis? You being an angel, there's nothing special about these mountains, they're just bigger than normal. But Beerus would be hit by one of the lightning of the mountains, suffering great wounds all over his body. That's right, despite being a god of destruction and possessing one of the most resistant bodies, it had been impossible for him to withstand such a lightning. This is what I mean. The rays are even capable of bending the High Priest. That means that if we're hit by those lightning bolts, we'll hardly be able to survive. You are correct, since the power is so much. They can finish you with a single lightning bolt, so be careful. Each warrior would start training in a different part of the place, but in the same way that it was dangerous, the way to cultivate his power was much more effective, since even the Room of Time seemed to be child's play compared to that place. It's extremely dangerous to train in this place, but the results are amazing. Meanwhile, Goku's training had begun, which were very intense, despite Son Goku possessing the warrior body of a Saiyan, because the gravity was increasing by 1,000,000 times more than he was used to. This is too much! I feel like all my bones are completely pulverized. I could do absolutely nothing. Well, you let a simple gravity end all your dreams. We Saiyans become much more powerful by wounds and bloodlust and hatred. Raikon, you're giving all of us excellent training, but are you sure Son Goku can handle all that? I feel like you're overdoing it. I appreciate your concern for Son Goku, but you're not Supreme Saiyans as we are in Nositros, so don't worry. I'll make of Son Goku the most powerful warrior ever seen. Without warning, Raikon would expel his maximum power.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.